Hello, everyone, and welcome back. You know, YouTube, there's no easy way to say this. I kind of fell off the face of the earth for a little bit. I was going through a lot of stuff. I finally moved and I've got my own place. And, there's really no time like the present to really kind of just, jump back full swing into things. I have missed making action figure content for you guys for a very long time, and I really hope that you I really hope that you appreciate the effort that I'm putting into coming back into doing this. So, if you're unaware, hi, my name is Johnson. I'm an action figure collector. Some of you might recognize me from TikTok at Johnson is Lovely, or on other platforms like Instagram and Twitter. But regardless, I've got pretty much everything that I've collected so far this year, and I want to narrow it down to what I believe are the 10 best figures, at least for the midway point of the year. This list will probably look considerably different come the end of December when everything is all said and done. But, we do things, here inspired by, Dan Larson and the guys over at Toy Galaxy. Shout outs to them. So I'm just going to go ahead and start talking about everything little by little until we kind of get down to the definitive 10. As you can see, we got some Marvel Legends. We got some other cool stuff in here. Mainly a lot of Ninja Turtles. It would not surprise me at all if this ended up being a top 10 Ninja Turtles action figure list for the halfway point of the year. But regardless, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. And I think I'm going to start all the way in the back here with Jessica Drew. Because the thing about her is the fact that this figure was just way too bottom heavy, and I'm not trying to, make a salacious pun there. But the fact that it's got these incredibly tiny little feet, and the fact that it is so heavy from the waist up, this figure really just wasn't the user-friendliest in terms of being, fun to kind of play with. And I mean, I was really hoping to like the character of Jessica Drew a little bit more, but this figure was an absolute necessity for the culture set, so I can't be too mad about pulling it. It is what it is. Alright, who else needs to hit the chopping block? Now, that's the other problem with having everything so bunched up and close together. When it comes to Claw Shredder, and I'm terrified of whacking him against somebody else. This is the one that I believe came in the NECA Loot Crate, and so the Loot Crate stuff, it's its own can of worms. But I mean, this is not a bad figure by any means, but the thing about NECA is the fact that right now, I mean, they know how great of a product that they put out, and it's just one of these things where if everything came out as excellent as some of the other stuff that you'll see here that we will get to shortly, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. But it's the fact that they're, amping up their production year after year and putting out so much product to the point where they're basically, trying to choke out their own collector base and make them kind of decide between what is what and what they really want to buy. And I mean, granted, is it a little bit greedy of me to say, I want it all? Yes, but I mean, I've really had no major issues with it in the past. And like I said, I mean, sometimes the figures are suffering from it because, for example, I can't bend that second double joint on this figure for the life of me. When I fear that I'm going to break it if I try any harder. Yeah, but we also got some really cool stuff here. Like, for example, Playmates was nice enough to gift me some of the Ninja Turtles Stranger Things action figures. Let me get my thumb out of the way of his face so that way you guys can get yourself a nice little close-up of that. So this is the Lucas action figure. And I'm super excited to have these. I mean, Lucas is, pretty much the only black character on the show. He came with a, cool amount of accessories. I mean, stuff that's really nice and relatively close to 1/12 scale, like this backpack, this slingshot, a few other cool things that are specific to the Turtles in this set. And, I totally would have bought these if Playmates hadn't gifted them to me. But, I mean, it was just a really nice touch of them thinking about me. So, once again, shout outs to Playmates. I'm just going to slide Lucas right over there for right now. Let's go ahead and pull Miles out. I mean, I loved Across the Spider-Verse. I love Miles Morales. Trying to get him to focus there a little bit. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I mean, I love Miles. I love Spider-Man. But this is one of those situations where, I mean, it's just, he's so flat. Look at this profile, you guys. Like, and just like these joints, they're so skinny. I mean, the Miles one is honestly the nicest one probably out of all of the Across the Spider-Verse figures that I collected. But I mean, I had, you know, Miles in the past that were some of my favorite action figures of the year. So, I mean, this one is nice to, you know, add to my Miles Morales collection. But it's not absolutely the biggest necessity. So, he can go. Oops, gotta be careful. Then there's also this Dustin action figure. I'm torn between which one to keep between Dustin and Lucas. Because, I mean, I believe that the likeness on the Dustin figure is a little bit nicer. So I'm just not too sure about what I want to do with him. You know, that time when you're caught between a rock and a hard place and you're not really sure what to do. You know, I am pretty confident in Mighty Hog and Rhino Man not really making the top 10. I also need to make sure that I'm keeping a proper head count. Because I'm just going to be real with you guys. The Jim Lawson Turtles, they're going to count as one on my list. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Mighty Hog and Rhino Man, they're definitely cool, but these definitely felt more like a chore than they felt like, you know, fun collectibles to really play with. Something is definitely going to fall, and it's probably going to be Spider-Punk. Oh, jeez. Because, like, yeah, I mean, I had to, first of all, I had to pull their capes off. I couldn't even pull Rhino Man's cape off when I was doing this. But it's like I had to give these figures, you know, the hot water bath treatment just to get their joints to work. And it's like once I, you know, I have to start doing maintenance before I can pull these out and, you know, start playing with them. That's kind of where they rub me the wrong way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, did I pull one too many? Do I need to bring one back? Let me think here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay. So honestly, I could bring one or two of these back. So I will throw Miles back in here for the sake of contention. And you know, normally I hold myself to the standard of one figure per wave in terms of the stuff that is eligible for the top 10. But you know, obviously, you guys, these are some pretty tight times right now, so we can't always exactly get everything as fast as we want to. And plus, some stuff is still just, you know, clogged up on the pre-order pipeline, which is also very strange. But, you know, I think we've got ourselves a pretty good list of stuff. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull the Playmates Turtles out. Because, yeah, they came in two 2-packs. We got the Donnie and Lucas 2-pack. And then we also got the Mikey and Dustin 2-pack. And, you know, shout-outs to Playmates once again. Because, I mean, people have their criticisms of these new bucks. But, I mean, I'm never going to say no to the painted weapons and, you know, the real metal chains on Mikey's nunchaku. And it's just like that type of stuff is really nice and appreciated because, I mean, it just shows that Playmates does listen to the fans. Hobie fell over. And, like, yeah, I mean, I love this Spider-Punk figure. I mean, because I have been asking for Spider-Punk to come back to the Marvel Legends line for a very long time. Ever since I had first heard about the character from the comics, and then realizing that the comics figure sold out years ago. and it goes for a ridiculous price on the aftermarket. Now, is this my mind's eye version of the character? Obviously not. I would really love to see, a re-release of the one that's inspired by the Cody Ziegler artwork from his new book, Spider-Punk Battle of the Band, because I felt like that was a incredibly well done book, and I was super excited about it. Spider-Punk, you're just going to lay down here until I can deal with you later. And that's the other thing, trying to do this on camera with these flimsy joints. Like, Spider-Punk, he's going to get into the top 10 today, spoiler alert, but I can't guarantee how well he's going to hold up, given the fact that like those joints aren't even going to last for the rest of the year, which is also kind of frustrating. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I can pull 2 more. So Miles, you can go, and I guess we'll pull Dustin. So here is the field of play for everything else that I'm really excited about. So yeah. Now I just have to put them all in order. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to slide the Jim Lawson Turtles all over here so we can kind of start lining things up a little bit more. And I mean, can we just highlight these one more time, because look at how beautiful. I mean, these figures are just art in the making, and there's no other way to describe it. Oh, some other cool figures to highlight before we count down, also while I'm distracting myself from putting it off any longer. This is from Fury Toys. It is a third-party import figure. This is a samurai turtle. So, totally not a Ninja Turtle. Because why would I need anything that isn't officially licensed? Alrighty, guys. Fun's over. I'm going to go ahead and put Mighty Hog in the number... No, I can't do that. Lucas is number 10. I mean, his articulation is just way too basic. Oh, God, he's not even in the shot. Lucas is number 10 just because of how basic his articulation is. And just because I feel like we could get... Like, it's something... But it's not, it's not the greatest thing since sliced bread, and it doesn't, it's not anything revolutionary. Then after him we'll go Mighty Hog. Now I'd say it was a fun 2-pack release. It was a nice way to get Bebop and Rocksteady back out there for the people that missed the original releases. But I would honestly just like for them to do a HD update with the original Bebop and Rocksteady figures, because those original crotch joints on those figures were abysmal by every stretch of the imagination, at least in my opinion. And then let's do Dino Thunder Black next. 10, 9, 8. Man, rest in peace to Jason David Frank. It was so sad to see him go. The world definitely cried the day we lost Tommy, but I mean, his legacy lives on. But I had to make sure that I grabbed his figure, because I mean, Dino Thunder is one of my all-time favorite seasons. It's top 5 out of all the series that they did. So, I mean, that's where I stand. I'm definitely a Disney era kid. 10, 9, 8. Alright, Hobie can go... Actually, we're going to do this animated Spider-Man at number 7. Because, I mean, it's a Spider-Man figure. And I'd say it kind of is suffering from the same problem that I have with that Miles figure, with it being a little flat for my liking. But, I mean, it's not a bad figure by any means. It's got some great articulation. I like the web effects that it came with, too. Plus, I can appreciate the feet. Big, flat feet just makes it easy to stand, and it's easy to work with. Figures that are easy to work with definitely get you bonus points with me. 10, 9, 8, 7. Hobie is number 6, because I can't justify putting him any higher. I mean, aesthetically, this figure is it, but I also feel like we were shortchanged at the lack of a head sculpt. They knew that this character was going to be the runaway fan favorite, so I don't understand why we didn't get his alternate head when we got one for Miles. It just really didn't make a lot of sense to me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Number 5, we'll do Man Ray. This is a pretty cool figure. And now we're also getting the Archie Comics Ninja Turtles figures on top of the Mirage Comics, on top of the movie line, on top of the cartoon line. And it's just like, just when you... and on top of the IDW line, because NECA is also doing Last Ronin figures. Just when you thought you were safe, they just keep going. But yeah, that's definitely a top 5 figure. And I quickly see the problem that I'm running into with the fact that I got all of these big, bulky figures getting ready to stack up against each other. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Alright, cool. So far, so good. I'll do Armagon next. Armagon, this is from the arcade Loot Crate. I definitely enjoyed this figure, and I mean, this is like the second Armagon figure that's ever been made. The only other one besides it was the 2012 Armagon, if memory serves. Yeah, and now it just comes down to what appeals to me most, because easily the NECA Triceraton could easily be number 1. The Jim Lawson Turtles could easily be number 1. And I mean, in terms of something that is a true dedicated 1/12 scale Ninja Turtle, and plus, is like, that just kind of blows me away, especially with how detailed this thing is, especially with how much articulation it has, and especially with how easily and accessible the articulation is. We might actually have a new front runner in terms of competition for, you know, great articulated turtle action figures. So yeah, I guess I'll give the collective shared number 3 spot to the Jim Lawson Turtles. Gotta love them. Number 2, first runner-up, will go to the NECA Toys Triceraton. Oh, this will be so funny if I can actually pull this off. I love trying to experiment with things on live that I've never done before. But then number 1, easy. Yeah, the balance on this has got to be insane. But yeah, and then number 1 will be our Samurai Turtle Spring. And I definitely look forward to getting Autumn in the fall and the Master version soon enough. But thank you guys so much for being patient with me. I have definitely missed being on YouTube and, you know, doing this type of content for you guys. It's a lot of fun, and I definitely enjoy doing this stuff for you guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what's your favorite action figure of the year. Did any of these that are currently in my video make your list? Are you interested in picking any of these up now that I've shared them with you? Please let me know regardless. And that's it. Make sure to check out the link in my bio. Make sure to follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. And as always, this is Johnson signing off. And please stay lovely. I've missed you guys, and it's good to be back. Thank you.